Hi, my name is LaBrie Blackson. I'm 32 years old, born and raised in Southern California, and I've been running Fluffy by Nature mobile pet grooming for the past 4 years.
During the meet and greet, what shocked you the most?
That most of our students are going to be males. In America, grooming is mostly females. When we got hair, I'm looking around like, okay, and it's just males. We think we had 3 girls by the end of it, about 3 to 5 girls on and off, but it was that the men were the one doing the grooming.
First, I want to thank all you guys for coming. I really appreciate that. This means a lot. I mean, when we thought about coming to here, we didn't know what to expect. So far, we've been, welcome with open arms, and I'm happy you guys came out for us to meet you all. But I want to set the expectation because I was actually speaking to Frank about it. You're not going to learn how to groom in 5 days, or 7 days, whatever days that we have. We got to go over the schedule. You're not going to learn how to groom. Let's get that. What you're going to get is the foundation. Dog grooming is about foundation. Understanding the pet, understanding some of the pet behaviors, understanding the tools that you need, and understanding the process of grooming. Now, to become a dog groomer is really up to you. There's a difference. You got to have the passion and love for it to want to become it. But when you are a dog groomer, the opportunity is endless. So what we're going to teach you is the foundation about dog grooming, the passion and love for animal care, and give you some tools to set you up the right path so that within 3 months, 6 months, a year, when we follow up with you, we want to see your process. I mean, when you're in the States, in this industry, there are more women who are dog groomers, and it's like 1 or 2 male groomers just spread around the industry. But to come to Nigeria, to come to Leke and see that 90% of the students are male, I was shocked by that. And then to find out the reasons behind that make a lot of sense. Men will learn new trades to make income to survive, while women, they like certain type of jobs. They would prefer doing office job, admin job around that. They just feel like, the dog grooming space, it's more of a dirty type of business. They don't make enough income. And I think that's what sway them from actually doing what we do. But unbeknown to me, like, that's the opportunity that is here. And if you're an animal lover, you can make a really good career doing that. So I was really shocked to see that, the anger, the things that they wanted to learn about. And it was amazing, man. I loved it. To see your improvement. Because dog grooming, once you get these foundation, it's just a repetitive action. You just like haircuts. If you do your hair, if you cut your hair every single day, you're going to learn how to line up. And if you're comfortable with hair, you're going to know how to dye hair. You're going to know how to twist hair. It's the same foundation. So the dog, you have to look at it as your canvas, your art. And every time they're on your table, the better you are, the more that art becomes something that people are willing to pay for. The money is last. Your passion and your work is first, because people will pay you whatever you think you're worth once you understand your worth. So I just want you all to understand that. Don't think that you're going to learn in 5 days and then tomorrow you're going to go charge, 100,000 naira to groom a dog. That's not how it works. You understand? So if you're a vet, it's going to build to your practice. If you're already a groomer, it's going to make you a better groomer. If you're a dog handler, you're going to have more to talk about. You know what I'm saying? If you're a breeder and you're going to give people cleaner dogs. You're going to learn how to cut their nails. So that's what it is. And all of us have different background, but all together, we all have been grooming for more than 15 years apiece. So we understand the dog grooming business, but we understand business because we are also business owners. So you get to ask questions around the business of pet care.
We actually had a lot of people who turned out, surprisingly, and they were actually groomers or people that were scheduled to be in class the next day. So we didn't have as many pet parents. And I thought it would be more pet parents, but it was okay because I felt like we got a head start of like meeting all of the groomers or the attendees. So I think that was surprising for me because we thought, oh, it'd be pet parents, and really it was the students. But I was fine with that. It turned out to be cool.
So this questionnaire, because dog grooming is so much to learn. This questionnaire is going to tailor towards what we want to talk about and educate you in this workshop. So it breaks down everything between, first you got to put your name, and then there's levels to it. So you have from 1 to 5, right? 1 is less experienced, 5, excellent. You know what I mean? So within there, you're going to rate yourself. Some of the stuff in this levels is going to be brushing, bathing, drying, combing, de-shedding, nail, air clean, dematting, fluff drying, use of clippers. Use of clippers. If you have a clipper, write the name of your clipper that you have right next to it. If you have a blade, write the numbers of blades you have. Each blade has a number right there. Blade knowledge. Just ask you, when you say blade knowledge is this. Let's say if you use, for example, I'm throwing it out. Number 10 is what you use for sanitary area. So if you know that the blade knowledge, you write it down. If you don't know, it's okay. Scissors. There's multiple different types of scissors. There's shears, there's curved scissors, there's thinning and straights. So whatever you have, whatever you know, you write it down. Okay. Do you understand? You mean and knowledge of safe handling. Whatever you know. Yes. Whatever you know, write it down. So the more detailed you are, the better it is for us to really tailor to what we want to, make, because there's a lot. We're not going to cover everything. Time management. How long does it take for you to groom or demat a dog? Even if you just do bath. Say, I bathe dogs, it takes me 45 minutes, whatever it is. Understand our level of sanitation, cleaning, right? Sanitation is cleaning. Mm-hmm. Like, what sprays do you use to clean your tools with? Do you just use alcohol? Whatever it is. How do you feel in terms of making income? How important is speed in terms of from checking in the dog, putting the dog on your table, and finishing the dog? How important speed is to you? You know what I mean? And how efficient do you think you are? And then the second part of it is, do you know what type of pattern setting? Pattern setting is certain breeds like poodles. If they want the Miami cut or they want any kind of cut, there's a certain patterns you need to set up. If you know anything about that, if you don't, it's fine. Blending. Blending is if you cut a dog and then it looks choppy. Have you ever used the shears to blend it? Talk a little bit. If you don't know it, it's fine. Whatever you don't know, it's okay. And then level 3, too, is more detailed for those who groomed more. So you can go through it and just try to be as detailed as possible. It's going to take about 10, 15 minutes to fill out. Make sure you fill it out legibly because that's going to really help us. Okay? And can somebody come pass out the pens?
Were you nervous? Were you shocked about interacting and actually teaching the course?
I was very nervous because I didn't know if I would meet everyone's expectations. Like I said, you have people from no experience at all to a little bit of experience to a lot of bit of experience. So it was just fulfilling those needs and meeting their expectations on different levels. We literally have an
both going to start together.
Okay.
Okay. Do your skin, hair.
Yeah. But I think once they finish the questionnaire, you can look into that too and just pick some stuff from there.
Okay. Can I go pee real quick?
You got this. I think she's the one.
Don't be nervous. It's just a conversation.
I know it's just like so much going on and so many.
Just worry about your part.
changing.
Your part. Is,
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. Our part is a little different because yours is very
specific.
specific.
Yours is very specific. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what you got your certificate in.
Ours is
Is it called
a lot more
esthetician? What is it?
conversation.
A pet esthetician.
You can't say that. Pet esthetician.
Yes. Ours is a little bit more conversational. The only part that's conversational about yours is knowing what breeds they know. Then you can.
Is what?
Yes. And then once you know that, you can go right into it.
He said, do you even know what a double quote means? You know, do you know
like you can flip it, yeah.
Chow chows? Do you know that a chow chow is a double coated dog?
Yeah.
Do you know a Lhasa is a drop coat? You know, like stuff like that.
Yeah, what
So
is
they
a
can
drop
kinda
coat?
click in their head.
You know, what happens in a drop coat.
That's true.
Yeah, you know, like those stuff are very specific. There's no
And it's
gray
still
area.
a conversational piece
Yes.
because you can get them engaged. That way you don't feel
Exactly.
like you're doing all the talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say do it that way.
Yeah. You got this?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Labrie. I'm an international professional groomer, 15 years. And so I'm gonna assume everybody owns a dog, right? Everybody owns a dog? Okay, and I know mostly that there's a lot of long-coated dogs around, a lot of Lhasa Apsos. But are you guys familiar with a lot of the short-coated breeds? I wanna know. Are there any short-coated breeds that you're familiar with, that you know of?
What about this? What dog breeds do you know?
Most of the dogs, let's say like 60 or 70% are Lhasa. That's the most common breed. Then we have mixture of Chow Chow, Husky, Shih Tzu, Schnauzer, different, but the most important, the most popular one is Lhasa Apso.
Okay, so you guys mostly work with a lot of long-coated dogs and double-coated breeds. So with long-coated dogs, I know there's a lot of issues with matting, and what most, not groomers, but what most owners don't know, especially like obviously when you're working with a dog, you're talking to the owner, you're always educating the owner. All living things need 4 basic things, and that's food, water, oxygen, and protection. So a lot of times when these long-coated dogs get matted, they're lacking hydration. They're lacking that protection. They're lacking water, and they're lacking oxygen, because obviously when the coat starts matting up, it gets tighter and tighter and tighter to the skin. And a lot of times we don't know how to untangle that mat or how to repair the skin and the coat. So dogs like that, moisture. Moisture is really, really important for those type of dogs. So it's important to know that and to educate the owner, so that way when they come back to you, they know how to maintain the coat, and you also know how to educate them on how to maintain the coat. Same thing with double-coated dogs. They have different needs. Double-coated dogs need a lot of minerals and moisture. And I also see that double-coated dogs get shaved a lot because of the weather, the temperature. But it's actually worse for the dog when the dog is getting shaved, because what happens? They're a double-coated dog, right? So they have a double coat. They have a primary coat and they have a secondary coat. So when you shave that off, when you shave all that protection off, the skin is being exposed. Therefore, you're allowing all of the toxins inside of the dog's skin. The dog can't regulate its temperature, and it damages that hair follicle. That hair follicle has a muscle. So that's also another thing that a lot of groomers are not able to really explain when they're trying to educate the parent and let them know this kind of dog does not need to be shaved. Huskies, Labs, Boxers, a lot of the short-coated breeds and double-coated breeds should not be shaved. And it's important to educate the owner on why they shouldn't be shaved. Because what happens? We do it anyway. The dog keeps getting shaved, and then over time, that dog is gonna start having issues and have to go to the veterinarian.
After interacting with some of the groomers at the meet and greet, what are the few things that stood out to you?
They really wanted to learn. I saw it in their faces. I saw it in their commitment. I saw that they saw this as a way to change their own personal life by doing something that they love. And the great thing about it, you don't have to be a college grad to do something like this. That's rewarding and amazing. So to me, I just wanted to give them as much tools that they need so they could be successful.
All right, thank you, Labrie. So we're just gonna touch on different grooming tools really quick. We'll go more in depth, throughout the week. So the main stuff for you guys, and then when you're talking to your clients, though, everybody who knows what this is. Nobody? A comb, okay. Who knows what this is? A slicker brush. It has a lot of different kinds of brushes, but this one specifically is a slicker brush. This, to me, is the more, there's a lot of brushes. This one is more universal to work with, like, every breed, every situation. If you had to pick one brush, I would pick this one over any of the other ones. Okay, who knows what these are? guard combs. What do you call it? Steps? Okay.
That's a
I
new
never
term.
heard of that.
Yeah, I've never heard that term.
Guard combs. You call it clipper combs. What do you call it? Blades? Okay. So these are, I mean, we call it clipper combs, like there's many names of it, but these are so that you're able to, give the dog different lengths, not just all the way short and not just have to scissor and do all that scissor work to get it down to a specific length. So let's go back to combing. When you have any dog, any breed, any length, anything, you need at least a brush and a comb for everything. Short hair dogs, like pit bulls, labs. I don't know if you have dachshunds. You have short hair dogs like that here? A lot. So smooth coats. I don't have it. You have a rubber brush? Maybe I'll look at myself. But like a rubber Kong brush, you know what I'm talking about? No? It's like a rubber brush. We'll show a
See
picture.
if I can pull it up.
So when you have dogs like that, you don't really need this. That's gonna just really irritate the skin. So you'll use like that rubber brush. But any dog that has some kind of length, you're gonna want to use this one. What was I saying? So when you're brushing a dog, like I said, you're gonna brush first, and then you want to check with the comb. Because if you just go with the comb and you have a mat that you hit or something, you're gonna be there trying to comb, pulling, tugging. We'll look up for a picture and show you guys. Pulling, tugging with the comb. So if you're trying to work, this is like if you have a little tangle. You want to always use your brush to try to break it up a little bit, and then go through with the comb after. They'll help cut down on the time. But sometimes you'll get to the point like, who was asking? I forget. Somebody was asking about the matting. You. So sometimes you'll get to the point where all the dogs are matted. It doesn't even make sense. Like you're gonna stress yourself out. You're gonna stress the dog out. You're gonna waste time. Sometimes you just have to shave it down and start over, because you have to get them on a routine. Like Labrie was saying, like you want them to come at least every 4 to 6 weeks. It's just gonna make, if you're able to do that, it's gonna make everything better. And if you're able to get your clients to buy at least a brush and a comb to work with their dog at home, it's gonna help them be used to what you're doing, prevent the matting from them coming back in, and just help build a relationship too with the owner and the pets, because they're taking time to brush them. It's gonna help them have a better relationship, and then just all around the dog will be better, the whole service will be better. Anything else about brushing and combing? I see like you guys have a lot of double coated dogs or dogs with matting. You can do damage with the brush, so it's good. But if you just sit there and you just brush, they're gonna get like skin irritation. It could cause hot spots, it could cause infections, it could cause so much problems. So you have to really be mindful with how much brushing you do. It's good, but at the same time you have to be mindful of the skin, because you can really do damage and then cause a whole bunch of other problems after that. That's why it's important to stick on a schedule so that you're not there trying to get all these mats out. Whoever has groomed a dog before, have you guys used these? Are you comfortable with like using different lengths and stuff? Not really, some yes. Okay, so this is a really, really good tool, especially if you're not that good at scissoring as yet. You're able to do all these are different lengths. So you can do all these different lengths up to 1 inch, and not have to do that much scissoring. If you prep your dog properly, if you give it a good bath, a good blow dry, it's clean, and you do this, it will make your grooming that much easier. So instead of having to do all this scissor work to get the head, the length, or the legs, the length you want, you use this first, and then you can just use your scissors just to finish up, and have a lot more options to give your clients instead of just shaving all the hair off or just leaving it all the way long. This gives you all these lengths.
Oh, some of the tools I threw away. I remember I looked at a few of their blades and they were rusted, and I was like, "Are you using that?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "No." Threw it away, gave him mine. So I am leaving a little lighter with tools, but I'm okay with that because I feel like they need it more than me. So to have them, if I can walk away knowing I've given them something, not only the education, but also tools, I'm okay with that. I can always buy more, and they needed it, so why not?
I think, where do you guys, how do you get your grooming tools here? Like, where do you buy it from? How do you get them?
Grooming stuff, the guard comb, the clipper, the blades. It's quite hard, so get them online from AliExpress, from Amazon.
How long does that take to come?
It should take 3 weeks. 3 weeks or maximum a month.
Months? Oh wow, that's a
Wow.
long time. And then when you're trying to, because you have a clean dog, right? You just bathe your dog, you just dried your dog, it's clean. Are you cleaning your equipment? Are you using dirty equipment to, you know?
We have clipper spray.
Okay.
Like Andy's clipper spray.
Okay, okay.
So you can get them online. Some people use alcohol.
Okay. Yeah, alcohol's not bad. Alcohol, pepper spray.
Yeah.
That's just another important thing because, like, we as groomers, if we don't clean our tools, we can give the dog something. If we did a dog that had mange or had a flea or something and we don't clean it and we go to the next dog, you can easily transfer that over. So it's very important to make sure that your tools also are clean. I know it's a lot to stop in between every single dog and clean it. So, I mean, you don't have to do a full cleaning every single dog, but at least spray or wipe off with alcohol, especially if the dog was dirty. You know, like you want to make sure you disinfect. So it's like if you're going to get a haircut and the barber don't spray off the blade or wipe off no hair, nothing, and somebody else come right after you, you're going to look at him like, this is dirty. Like, why you know, so like you want to respect the dogs the same way and, you know, clean everything as best you can. I take my blow dryer a lot and I just blow everything off. Like after I do whatever the dog, I blow off my clipper, blow the hair off my brush, just try to reset, start over, and spray everything down. Just because like you never know. That's just the gist for today. Like we'll go more, and I don't want to start getting too deep, but we'll do that later on this week.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment below what is your favorite thing about the Pup Relief Tour. Also, if you want to see more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for everything PRT related. And don't forget about the GoFundMe. Your contributions helps us come to a city near you.